So you may be asking yourself, why on earth is this guy using a completely different grinder to his normal niche zero? Well, every now and then it's good to try something a little bit different, just so you appreciate what you've got. So today we're going to be looking at the Ceado E37SD single doser grinder. Welcome back to Coffee with GPA. As we said, today we're going to be looking at the Ceado E37SD, supposedly the world's first true zero retention coffee grinder. Now this is an absolute beast, this thing, and I think it makes me appreciate how big it is purely down to the fact that my niche zero grinders are so well compact and so amazingly usable. But this thing weighs an absolute ton. It's got to be at least 10 kilos. But it is a very good concept and a very interesting device to actually look at as well. So the first thing you might notice, and probably the first thing you realise with this particular grinder, is that there's no bean hopper, so it truly is single dosing. Now the idea is you weigh out your coffee beans in the small bean cup here, place them into the funnel at the top, and you then grind to order. Now, rather than that bean hopper, because it is single dose, we also want to make sure that we're extracting everything. If it really is a true zero retention grinder, that's where these bellows come into play. So once you've finished grinding your coffee, a few taps on top and it will blow any excess straight through the device into your cup. So technically speaking, you put 18 grams in, you get 18 grams out. The other very cool thing about this is that you've got this kind of flywheel at the front that allows you to micro adjust your coffee. It all starts by making big adjustments, then fine tuning down. So it really takes dialing in your espresso to a whole new level. Now the idea is you can undo this small wheel at the top and remove out your handle, so that pulls to the side. You can then make micro adjustments, well, not even micro adjustments, big steps with this. And you can turn that left and right to get it as kind of close to your general direction as you need it to. The plan then is to close this handle, do up the flywheel so it's secure, and now you can make micro adjustments. So as you turn this, because it's got those cogs and those like gears in place, rather than kind of guesstimating, you're micro adjusting the entire way through. And that is very, very cool. Now the idea is it goes straight through, so you don't really have any areas where the coffee can get caught through the machine itself. You have a simple start-stop button at the front. Now this will actually allow you to do one of two things. Either you can have it so that the coffee itself will grind according to what's inside the bellows themselves. The coffee itself comes straight through here. Now, the smaller the distance does mean there's less things that are likely to get caught. Now, on the inside, the grinders are titanium coated burrs. So it means that even if they do get a little bit of moisture, they're never gonna tarnish in any sort of way. It's kind of interesting that they've got that, because one of the methods used in order to get the very best from your coffee is this small water squirting bottle that you get when you buy the device. Now the cool thing about this, and it's actually a really interesting part of grinding your coffee, what you may find with a lot of the coffee that you grind at home, there's big static build-up when the kind of coffee is working its way through, it's being ground down. This actually stops that static build-up. So you simply put the desired amount of coffee inside your bean cup, you then do 2 spritz of water spray, give it a bit of a shake, put it into your bellows at the very top, and this will actually massively reduce the static build-up. So again, technically 18 grams going in, should get 18 grams coming out as well. Now the other bonus of this is that you do have this grounds cup. Now this would go inside at the very front, so you've got a nice secure place to grind your coffee. Alternatively, if you want to go straight into the portafilter, you do have this small mould that would sit on top of your portafilter, get placed into the front, and you can grind directly into your portafilter to use straight away in your coffee machine. Now, I think we need to do one of two things. First of all, we need to see if it truly is a zero retention grinder, and we need to see what it's like to use from A to Z. So let's give it a whirl and see how we get on. Okay, so let's see if it really is zero retention as expected. So we've got our beans that we're going to put into the grinder first of all. Now we've got the scales as well, just to show where we are. So let's pour in 18 grams of our half-speed espresso. Ah, perfect. There we go. So there's our 18 grams. Let's now grind the coffee and see exactly what we get when we come out of this as well. Now, one thing that we are going to do, just to make sure that everything's okay, we're also going to grind our holding cup here. Okay, now we'll double check that once it goes back in afterwards. Right, so we'll place our grind cup directly underneath. We'll add in our coffee beans and we'll turn on from the top. Okay, so nice and quick. We'll give it a few taps on the top to make sure that any excess of those grinds come out as well. Now, one other thing that we will do as well, we'll just try to remove any excess coffee from the inside by giving it a quick brush out with a supplied brush. Let's see where we are. Oh, there we go. Exactly 18 grams out. That truly is a zero retention grinder. And there you have it. A really amazing, incredibly robust, yet not cheap, single dose, zero retention grinder. Now, do I prefer this to my niche? Well, I've got to be honest, my niche holds a very close place in my heart and I would use the niche every day of the week. This is just very, very cool though. And it's so interesting to use something different to compare the two. Now, I do feel like perhaps one thing that I prefer over the niche is these bellows. But overall, my niche is still my favorite. I still love using them. They're just very, very cool. But this really does kind of take your home coffee game up several notches. And if you can afford the price tag of nearly £2,000, it may well be worth a bit of a punt because it's a very good looking, interesting machine that has really great fun usage out of it. And I do think you'll get a lot from it if you're really into your coffee. So I'm a big fan. I think this is a very cool bit of kit, but I do still love my niche. However, I hope you found this video useful, and if you do like it, don't forget you can buy it from the description in the links below. So I look forward to seeing you all again very soon. Enjoy your coffee grinding. Take care.